What's up, Flannelverse? Had the idea this morning after about the 30th time I refreshed Underdog waiting for my pods. I thought this is such an exciting day when you get your pods for the conference championship, especially because this is like probably a better sweat than the games themselves. For playoff best ball is the sweat of seeing what your pods look like, because if your team is good enough, you could just know you're going to advance. You might have everybody blocked off in your pod in this round, or you might have really good odds, or you might be completely blocked off. So very exciting to see your pods in the playoff round. So I thought about it. Will anybody care about my pods? Like, who really cares about Neil's pods? But when I did the thought exercise of if Pete was doing this, or Davis, or some other content creator was doing a pod reveal, would I be interested? And the answer for me was very much yes. Now, I am, of course, a sicko. I am obsessed with looking at my own pods, hearing about other people's pods, etc., etc. So I'm assuming that there are some of you out there who care. At least a few people are going to care about seeing what my pods look like in various contests. What up, BHO Kevin? The first person here, he does want to see my pod. I think I have like 9 or 10 live teams across various contests. 3 of them are in the gauntlet. What's up, Bindles? Good to see you here. So I'm just going to go through them. That's all I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be going through. I also made a little spreadsheet here, which this is all of my live teams in the various contests, and I'm just going to go through, and for the purpose of this stream, I think I'm going to add teams to the spreadsheet only if they are have full teams. Like if they can't roster a full squad for this round, then I'm going to not add them to the spreadsheet yet. I'll add them on my own later, probably just because I'm always curious, but I won't do it while on the show because I know it will be boring for the rest of you. 10 Minutes said he ran some data on his 5 live gauntlet pods. 42% of the sample is live, only 2 live Hertz teams, 8 live Mahomes, 0 Allen, tons of Daniels. That's interesting. See, I'm a sicko for this stuff. I love hearing about other people's pods. I also took my wife to the airport this morning. She's out of town, and I have nothing else going on. I've done all of the written content that I had to do today out of the way. So all I've got to do is whatever I want for the rest of the day. I'm going to console my dog because he's always very sad when my wife is gone. But he's doing okay this time. She was just out of town last week. He's gotten used to it, I guess. So he's doing well. So I thought I'll take a little bit of time to go through my various pods. And I'm going to go in the order of the pods where I can win the least money, the contest where I can win the least money, up to I'm going to end with going through my 3 gauntlet teams. And it sort of works out where the contests where I can win the least money are also the way too early contest. So you can see here on the spreadsheet, starting with the little way too early wild card, which is just a low dollar contest. The max that I can win in this contest is $2,000. And then I'll work through the way too early, then the mitten, etc. But I'm starting with the ones that happened before we knew the playoff pods at all. These were really like I was drafting. Some of the reasons like I don't have full teams is because I was drafting Falcons on those teams, or 49ers when they were still like 50% or better to make the playoffs. So a lot of these teams are likely to be dead, but I'm just going to get into it. I'm going to do this real quick. I'm only going to add teams to the spreadsheet if they have full live teams for this round. So I will start with the little way too early wild card. Let me pull that up here. So little way too early wild card. Just going to look at the teams real quick. So you can see my labeling here is going to be maybe not very consistent necessarily because I changed some of them as I went. Others I didn't. But we'll see. This one looks like I have a full Buffalo, Philadelphia potential Super Bowl. All right. So only 4 other teams in this pod. So hold my own. We'll start there. So he has a quarterback. We see that right away. Jaden Daniels. He has 2 running back. Oh man, this is a tough team. So he does have a full team. Oh, that's a bad start for me. The first team I look at, especially in this way too early, I thought there's a pretty good chance nobody's going to have live teams in these pods in a small pod like this. But this one does. So hold my own 31 has Jaden Daniels. And I haven't figured out the best way to label these teams for looking at them. The way I've been doing it is if I have a player at a position that is already out, I leave a blank at the start of that position. So he had Justin Herbert. So I'm going to leave the first cell blank and then fill in. He has Daniels. At least it's nice that we have different quarterbacks, different compositions of our teams. So I have he has Jane Daniels. I have Josh Allen. He has both Saquon Barkley and James Cook. So this is already a pretty tough team. I guess we're the same there. So far we are overlapping pretty significantly. Now he has Zay Flowers out, Jameson Williams, and Quentin Johnston out. So 3 receivers missing. His first receiver is DeAndre Hopkins. So he's missing 1, 2, 3. Hopkins is first. Then he has Terry McLaurin and Noah Brown. And Noah Brown is he out for the year? So that actually might be another missing spot that I could have added to the top here. I don't remember if I don't know Noah Brown's status off the top of my head for the playoffs. But that might be one that I could have left off. Well, I couldn't leave him off the spreadsheet, but I could have left Noah Brown off there. So pretty interesting right away. We have very different teams, which I guess is kind of a good thing to have this different of teams. Not great to see that the first team I see, especially in a way too early round, is fully live. All right, Portland then has Jaden Daniels also. He has no live running backs. We see this right away. So this one I'm not even going to add to the pod right away because the Ravens, the Packers, and the Rams are all out. So this is a team that I probably don't need to worry about. So I'm going to skip over going over this one right now. Then we have T. Kirkbride 307. Stroud is out. Herbert is out. He has no quarterback, so I don't have to worry about that one. I'll scroll down just in case you guys care and want to see the rest of the lineup. Not going to go over all of it, though, because a team that doesn't have a quarterback, probably not advancing past this round. Now, this team starts with 3 quarterbacks. One of them is live. So we have Josh Allen live. No running backs. And as you can see here, Jonathan Taylor, that's what happens in these way too early. You draft teams that eventually get eliminated. So he has no running backs. So don't need to worry about that one. So really the only team that I'm up against in this pod is Hold My Own 31. It's one of my rare Josh Allen teams. Hopefully I can get through this one. I mean, if the Bills win, hopefully I can get through this one. All right, so next I'll look at way too early wild card. My team with Mahomes. I'll check in on chat. What do you guys think so far? Use the grid button to look at teams. Gives a really good. Okay, that's helpful. All right, I'll try that for this next one. All right. Oh, you can't even see the full screen. My bad. Maybe let me actually edit that real quick. I'm just going to move the screen over to the extent that I can and down maybe a little bit. This isn't working quite the way I want it to. All right. I know you can't see it yet. All right, what if I do that? Better. I can actually make it a little bit bigger, I think, here too. All right. There we go. All right, that should be a little bit better. At least maybe I can zoom in slightly here. We'll see if that works when I'm looking at the teams. All right. So moving on to my second team, and I guess I could have shown you my full team there too. I'm going to move on to, so that was, and this is my full team here. So I have Josh Allen. You can see I drafted Brock Purdy. He's out. So I have Josh Allen with James Cook and Saquon Barkley, Devonta Smith, Khalil Shakir, and Keon Coleman. And as you can see, 4 players from this team were dead when the playoffs started. So the 6 players that were live when I drafted this are actually when the playoffs started are still live. All right. Going to go back now. How do I get back to, back to my drafts. All right. So that was the little way too early wild card. Now I'll look at the way too early wild card. And as you can see here, I've labeled several of them are dead. Like these are teams that just don't have full teams for this week. Some of them maybe just don't have full teams for the Super Bowl, but I think I labeled those ones like that'll be dead in the Super Bowl. So I think these ones just literally don't have full squads other than the Mahomes team and another Allen team. So I'll start with my Mahomes squad, and you can see this is it 10 teams in this one? Yep, 10 teams in this pod. And I'm just going to go through. Oh, and somebody said the grid view. Can you guys see the grid when I pull it up here? Let me look. Okay, you can't see the grid when I do that. That would be I don't think that I have a good way of showing the grid here. Let's see. Unless I go back and forth all the time. I think I'm just going to keep doing it the way that I have been doing it, unfortunately. I mean, it's kind of fun anyway, doing the team by team here. But yeah, doing the grid view, I'd have to like take off this screen and then put up the other screen over and over again. And I'm not sure that that is worth it because it should be pretty quick generally. Well, man, this one, another one. The first team I see looks very live. So he has Josh Allen, James Cook, Brian Robinson, all live. Missing JMO and Laporta, but then he has Shakir, Terry McLaurin, and Keon Coleman, also missing Drake London and Darnell Mooney. So this team does look like another strong team, unfortunately. So Nat attack 3, 4, 5, 6. Going to add to this one. So he has, and this one I have Mahomes. Obviously, he'd rather have Allen in the head-to-head. Is Allen, Cook, and Robinson. And not missing anybody from the quarterbacks or running backs, but then he's missing JMO, Laporta, London, and Mooney from the receivers. He has Shakir, or she maybe, Nat attack. I don't know. You never know with the Nat. Shakir, McLaurin, and Coleman. Oh, I have Daniels. So this is the rare team that does not have Barkley, which I think a lot of teams are going to have Barkley in this round because he's been one of the few players who's done well both rounds so far. So I guess I have that going over this team. I have 2 quarterbacks versus their 1 and 3. I have Robinson covered, but then I have Hunt and Barkley against Cook. And then I have Kelsey, Hopkins, McLaurin going against there. So McLaurin cancels out. Hopkins against Coleman, Kelsey against Shakir. I like my odds there. I like. I think I'd be the favorite in a heads up there. All right. Next team. D Watts has Brian Robinson. So he has Jaden Daniels, Brian Robinson, Kelsey, Goddard. Does not have a flex. So this one I'm not going to add to the list. They have just 4 players that are alive: Jaden Daniels, Brian Robinson, Travis Kelsey, Dallas Goddard. So I don't have to add this one to the list. Zesty has Jaden Daniels, Samaje Perine, Travis Kelsey, Xavier Worthy, and Terry McLaurin. So makes the list there with Daniels and Perine missing 1 quarterback and 1 running back. Maybe I'll just short form the name. All right. And for now, I'm not caring whether they can field the full Super Bowl roster. That's something I'll maybe look at later. But for the purposes of just the head-to-heads here, I don't really care whether their teams can. Wait, did I do that right? Missing one. Yep. Okay. And then they're missing 1, 2, 3 receivers. And then Kelsey, Worthy, and McLaurin. So I'm still feeling good about my team against this one because I have Daniels against Daniels, Kelsey against Kelsey. They have Worthy. I have Hopkins. We both have McLaurin. So a lot of overlap. I mean, Worthy would need to outscore Hopkins by quite a bit, I think, to overcome my Barkley, Hunt, and Robinson over Pirine. So I feel good about my that head to head. And again, here is my team in full. I drafted both Mahomes and Daniels. This is one where I was trying to sneak through a Kansas City. Was I? I don't know what I think I was trying to. I was going to do a full Kansas City stack, maybe. I don't know what I was thinking exactly. But I ended up with both Mahomes and Daniels. I have Barkley, Hunt, and Robinson still alive. Kelsey, Hopkins, McLaurin, and then Lad McConkey and Darnell Mooney didn't even make the playoffs. Jordan Shand, Saber Sim. Man, he has a nice team right away. Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley with Brian Robinson, Devonta Smith. Oh no, Jordan, what are we doing here? I ran into a buzzsaw here in Jordan's team. That is a really strong, way too early team for Jordan. That is going to be the favorite in this pod. It's feeling good for a minute there. All right, so he has Hurts, Barkley, Robinson. He didn't have anybody dead in his whole lineup. Oops. Smith, Goddard, Shakir. Kincaid, Coleman, McLaurin, and Hollywood Brown. All right. Yep. Easily the favorite there with 10 active players and some really good ones. I mean, Hurt's going to be one of the better. I mean, there's only 4 quarterbacks. Hurt's going to project well. Barkley, obviously, I think the highest projected player probably on the entire slate, maybe outside of quarterbacks. Smith, Goddard, yeah, that's going to be a tough one to beat. Possible. I've got some outs that they don't have, that Jordan doesn't have. But yeah, that's a really strong team. All right, Bug Benno has Daniels, does not have a running back, so I can skip over it. Solon does not have a quarterback, so I can skip over it. K Webb does not have a running back. 10-minute. All right, so they have Daniels and Brian Robinson and McLaurin. That's it. So I can skip over. And then Sports with Jim has very strong looking team to start. Yep, that's a pretty strong team. Oops. It's hard typing when I've got the mic here. I'm like trying to type around it. So they have Daniels, Barkley, Robinson, Eckler. And they're missing 3 players, and they have Hopkins, McLaurin, and Ertz. So far, everybody has McLaurin here. And I guess that's it for this pod. So 5 live teams in this pod in total. It's getting tougher here, especially when, man, I really thought these were going to be the ones that I might have the only live team in these way too early. Apparently, I was overly confident in these ones. All right. So then my Josh Allen team, I'm going to check in on chat real quick, see if anybody has any questions, comments, concerns. Let's see. AJ Brown he's been brutal both games, right? Very bad. I drafted a ton of Hollywood Brown and DeAndre Hopkins for their round 2 value because I thought, oh, these guys, they're going to give me zeros in round 1, but then round 2 it's going to get a lot tougher. Going to be really nice having those live players, and they both scored 0. So I feel you. It's been gross. Okay, would love that. B.O. Kevin says he'll share his gauntlet pod stats when we get there. Yeah, you talking about Jordan's team? It's a sick team. Barkley, no QB could win. I mean, only if it's a pod that doesn't have any other Barkley. The problem, gotta learn the control plus tab shortcut. Yeah, sorry. uh, let's see. What's up, Tyler? Good to see you. That's true. You got to wear flannels to actually I did 150 gauntlets and I only have 3 going to the finals. Um, but luckily for me, all 3 of mine that are going to the finals are live. Thank you. You guys both watched the take cast. Yeah, that was fun. Fun talking with Davis for an hour. All right. So now in this one, I have I'm looking. Okay. I have Allen. I guess I'll look at my team first, show you the full team. So in this one, I have Josh Allen with Saquon Barkley and Austin Eckler. I then have Devonta Smith, Amari Cooper, Dallas Goedert, Terry McLaurin, and Dalton Kincaid. It's a pretty strong team. I mean, the Buffalo guys really need to start doing something for me, and I don't feel that confident that they will. I do have Devonta Smith and Terry McLaurin, so like some stronger pieces, and a lot out, so that's helpful. And then of course, almost all of my teams have Saquon Barkley. He has carried the majority of my good teams, or I should say my live teams. All right, let's go through. Moonman has Jaden Daniels and Brian Robinson, Terry McLaurin. So only 3 live players. I can skip past it. Codename Wolf has no live quarterback, so I can skip past it. Ridge Fridge has Patrick Mahomes. This looks like a good team to start. Patrick Mahomes with Saquon Barkley, Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce, Dallas Goedert, Juju Smith-Schuster. So that's our first live competitor in this one. I know my boomerism is showing when when you can see me typing and trying to maneuver my pods here. All right, so I have Mahomes and then 3 live running backs. Okay, so we skip past Herbert to I think it was both Pacheco and Hunt, right? No, yeah, Pacheco and Hunt. Kelsey, Goddard, Juju. All right, and this one you can see I didn't say it before, but we're playing for $10,000, and the way too early wild card is the top prize. All right, so B Brody has a live team. So it's Hertz, Barkley, and Ray Davis. They have 2 quarterbacks. Yeah. Okay. Good. And if you watch this after the fact, feel free to watch on 2x. That would be my recommendation as I'm going through these spreadsheets. All right. And they're missing 2. They have Shakir and Samuel. So relying on both Khalil Shakir and Curtis Samuel, obviously not the best spot for B Broad. Actually, they only have 5 live players, so I guess they're relying on all of their players. B Brody. Okay. TJ Major has Daniels. So many of the teams have Daniels. Daniels, Robinson, Eckler. They don't have a flex. So they have McLaurin as their only wide receiver. Or I guess I should say they don't have a second wide receiver that's live in this round. So I don't have to include this one. Gojo Ego has Daniels and Robinson and McLaurin. So just three. I can skip that one. Connor Greep doesn't have a live quarterback. Sports with Jim again doesn't have a live quarterback in this one. And then Sexton Hardcastle. Ooh, man. And this is one of my good Allen teams. They have a better Allen team. They have Josh Allen, Saquon Barkley, James Cook, Devonta Smith, Dalton Kincaid, Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, and then they're missing Jamison Williams, Sam Laporta, and Mike Williams. But yeah, that looks like a really strong team. Barkley, Cook. Smith, Kincaid, Coleman, Shakir. So we both have Smith and Kincaid. I guess here I have the out of McLaurin. They do not have McLaurin or Goddard or Amari Cooper. So I do have some outs, but man, they have Allen, they have Barkley, two of my stronger pieces on this team. And then they have Cook, which is obviously he's going to project a lot better than Eckler. We both have Smith. We both have Kincaid. So then it's going to be Cooper, Goddard, McLaurin against Coleman and Shakir. Yeah, I'm the dog there for sure. Got a chance. Like I have outs to outproduce, but yeah, that's a very strong team. And that's it. So that is the final for that pod. There are 4 of us out of 10 that have live teams for this round. Some of them, obviously, like this one, I think lost a lot of its good pieces, a little bit of a dog here, but some strong teams in this pod. So that's my second way too early wild card. And then we get to the returns contest, right? Yeah, that's next. So Mitten Returns 3, which is for $10,000. So we're moving our way up the prize pools, checking in on comments here. Yeah, that was the way too early wild card. Oh yeah, please do like the video if you haven't already done so. Of course, the biggest thing I'm trying to do right now is get subscribers. Trying to get to 5,000 subscribers by the Super Bowl. Probably not going to get there. I'm a pretty long ways away from that. But if you want to show some support, that is the best way to do so. Subscribe to the Flannelverse YouTube channel. Liking, commenting, all of that is helpful as well. And of course, if you want to, there's a Discord too. The Flannelverse Discord. The link is in the description of this channel. We talk about things like these playoff best ball teams. We talk about TV, a lot of stuff there. So if you feel like joining, you can join. It's free. Link in the description. It is kind of crazy. That was kind of how I was playing it though. Like there were indications. There was like if you looked at the usage in the regular season, I always just kind of pushed Pacheco because it seemed like a coin flip between those two. It still could be Pacheco is the guy that you need in the Super Bowl though. Kind of depends who scores touchdowns. That also 10 minutes says there's probably more super teams in the way too early due to so many dead teams in early rounds. That might be true. Am I gonna do any Super Bowl prop bet shows? I don't have any plans to, but maybe I will. I guess because I do like bet with friends on the Super Bowl at least. I'm going to be doing actually tomorrow my first NBA show on this channel, and it's going to be primarily a prop show looking at unabated tools. Yeah, I'll think about doing something. Find something to do for the Super Bowl. All right, so on this one, so this is my Mitten Returns 3 team. So now we move back to, yeah, here we go, Mitten Returns. So these ones are less exciting to have live teams in the, because this is just like you made it through the last round. These were drafted after the wild card round. You don't have to worry about things like bye weeks. And there are going to be a lot more live teams in these. I almost want to skip these now that it's going quickly. Maybe I won't go through and add them to the spreadsheet yet. I'll just let you see the teams. So this one, yeah, you can see it's stronger already. Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy, DeAndre Hopkins, Terry McLaurin. So they're missing Patrick Bateman and Jahmyr Gibbs, but that's it. I mean, their only running back is Kareem Hunt, so they're a little bit weak there, but going to be a lot of full teams, I think, in these ones. Plastic Man has Daniels, Cook, Hunt, Pacheco, Robinson, a lot of running backs. Probably read it now because they only have three receivers: Khalil Shakir, Amari Cooper, and Terry McLaurin. Luckbox has Jaden Daniels, James Cook, Travis Kelce, Terry McLaurin, Dalton Kincaid. This is my team. So in this one, I still have Jaden Daniels, James Cook, Austin Eckler, Travis Kelce, Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, and Zach Ertz. New Killer America has no live quarterback. Gilly has Hurts, Saquon, and Gainwell. Kelce, Devonta Smith, Xavier Worthy, Dallas Goedert, Hollywood Brown, Jahan Dotson, and Noah Gray. So they built out a full Kansas City, Philadelphia team. If this team can get to the Super Bowl and it's Kansas City, Philadelphia, they'll feel really, really good. Obviously, having Gainwell, like if it's Pacheco you need in the Super Bowl, they're going to be fighting from behind, or if it's Hunt, whatever. But yeah, looks like a strong Kansas City, Philadelphia Super Bowl team. I said like it's rare, but actually in these second round ones, Hurts and Barkley was, I think, fairly common. Cool Zero has Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley. So they'll be missing either a quarterback or a running back in the Super Bowl because they only have NFC teams. They're obviously counting on Baltimore. Then they have Kelce, Worthy, McLaurin. Inhawk has Mahomes and Jaden, Pacheco, Hunt, Kelce, Worthy, Hollywood, Juju. So they really need a Chiefs Super Bowl. B2 Serene has Hurts, Saquon, Brown, AJ Brown, Dallas Goedert, and Keon Coleman. So they need a Philadelphia Buffalo Super Bowl. Jimmy Legree has three quarterbacks. Two of them are live: Patrick Mahomes and Jaden Daniels. Brian Robinson, Kareem Hunt, and then just three receivers: Travis Kelce, Terry McLaurin, and Keon Coleman. The Consultant has Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Isaiah Pacheco, Kareem Hunt. They have AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, DeAndre Hopkins, and Zach Ertz. And then Nikki has Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley, Kareem Hunt, DeAndre Hopkins, Terry McLaurin. So yeah, much more live teams in these contests. So yeah, not even going to bother with the spreadsheet on these returns ones because there's going to be too many teams. It's going to take too long. All right, so I'm going to move on to my next spreadsheet, Big Mitten returns. So this one was kind of fun. These were the $100 entry, and it was a 3-max contest, and I got 2 of them through. One of them was going to look really good. I think if Baltimore had moved on, it would have been a strong Washington-Baltimore potential Super Bowl team. But it now has just 2 players remaining. So I only have 1 live team, but this is a smaller field contest. So, it feels a little bit better to be able to move teams on. All right, so I guess we'll just bring it up. So this is the Big Mitten returns. So yeah, this one's done, but then I have 6 players 6 players live. Do I have them all for Philadelphia, Kansas City? Yes. So I have Hurts. Oh, and I think this is one I got this kind of tilting, but worked out okay. I was building out a Kansas City Detroit Super Bowl, so I drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, and somebody took Amon-Ra St. Brown, so I took Kelce, and I took JMO, and a team that already had like Lamar added on, Mahomes, and then a team that had two Eagles, had Saquon and AJ Brown, decided to go Goff instead of Hurts. So it was like I was kind of stuck. Like I could either wait and take another quarterback or just take Hurts at that turn. So I took Hurts after I'd been building a Detroit Kansas City Super Bowl because I just got sniped on both my quarterbacks from teams that really should not have taken my quarterbacks. But worked out okay. I have Hurts, Pacheco, Hunt, and Gainwell. Kelsey, Goddard. I guess just those two. So this is not my strongest team. I'm relying on Kelsey and Goddard for 2 consecutive rounds now. Um, I have multiple running backs, but I don't have Saquon in this one. I have Pacheco, Hunt, and Gainwell. So yeah, this one definitely going to be a dog depending on how the pod looks. So I guess let's look through the pod. And yeah, for first team I see raise it has Jalen Hurts and Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley and Kareem Hunt, AJ Brown, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Terry McLaurin, John Dotson. I'm probably not making it past this round with this one. Next team has Mahomes and Jaden Daniels. Pacheco, the only running back. Kelsey, Hopkins. M. Destrada has Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley, Brian Robinson, Austin Eckler, AJ Brown, Travis Kelsey, Hollywood Brown, and Terry McLaurin. So they're actually not missing that many players. Missing just the Baltimore pieces there. Yeah, it's a tough pod. I think even for a return spot, this is a pretty tough one. Makataka has Mahomes, Jaden Daniels. They don't have a running back. Kelsey, Worthy. That's it. Yeah, so there's one weaker team. Head Chopper, hey, Head Chopper from Roto Grinders has Jaden Daniels, Austin Eckler, Travis Kelsey, Khalil Shakir, Terry McLaurin, and Zach Ertz. So he has a pretty full team. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's all the teams in this pod. It's kind of a smaller final, so was really hoping that this one would be kind of a dead pod. Did not work out that way. So there's only 6 of us, but at least one of them, a few pretty strong teams here, and mostly live teams, which probably should be expected. Then we have the Gauntlet returns. And I have 2 of those. Let's see. So Gauntlet returns, I have 1 full team. I'll start with the Mahomes team. And I'll start at the top here to see what is live. No, never mind. I'll show you my team first, so you know what I'm cheering for. I have Mahomes and Kareem Hunt. Not my strongest team. Mahomes, Kareem Hunt, Travis Kelsey, DeAndre Hopkins, Terry McLaurin, Noah Gray. HXT has Mahomes, Saquon, Brown, Smith, Worthy, Hopkins, McLaurin. Book Nasty has Allen and Hurts. Ty Johnson, their only live running back. This is why I don't think this is generally a good idea. Who knows though? In some of these pods, I literally did a Gauntlet returns team where Lamar Jackson went undrafted, completely undrafted. I did not notice it because I think I had the first overall pick and then I had the last pick, obviously. And I was on Josh Allen. I was doing like a Buffalo Philadelphia stack or something like that, where it was I was really liking my team. And then it came down to the final round and I was looking at who's available and I was like, holy shit, what? Like Lamar Jackson is undrafted. I thought about just throwing him onto my team, but he made 0 sense for my team. Like I couldn't have fielded a full Super Bowl, even like with Lamar and 4 Eagles or something. So I didn't take him. Just he went completely undrafted in that draft, which was kind of nuts. All right. So yeah, Book Nasty, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, only Ty Johnson at running back, Devonta Smith, Zay Flowers, Terry McLaurin. So Zay Flowers, I might play. Who knows? Floof has no quarterback. Dr. Dargo has Hurts and Mahomes, and Barkley, Cook, Pacheco. That's a strong team. AJ Brown, Kelsey, Hollywood, McLaurin, Jahan Dotson. Yeah, that's a very strong team for Dr. Dargo. So do I have? I don't think I have like no chance against that team. Kelsey, Hopkins, McLaurin, Gray. He has Kelsey, McLaurin. Doesn't have Hopkins or Gray, but like he has just better pieces all around. That's going to be a tough one for me to overcome. Arlo has Mahomes, Hurts, Saquon, Pacheco, Hunt, Kelsey, Devonta Smith, DeAndre Hopkins, Dalton Kincaid. Pretty strong team. E. Walling has no quarterback. Barco. Okay, I was thinking it was the same. Okay, Barco has Hurts, Saquon, A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goedert, Grant Calcaterra. Rocky has Allen, Saquon, Shakir, McLaurin, Keon Coleman. Meadowrad has Mahomes and Hurts, Pacheco, Kelsey, Kincaid, Coleman, and Noah Gray. I feel like these teams in general, like the pods that I've gone against, and the returns ones, is not that shocking that they're better pods, but I feel like I've run into some overall pretty bad pod luck here. Maybe not. We'll see what happens when I get to the gauntlet. But this is my better team from the returns pods. This is also gauntlet returns, which again, this is a 30,000 to first contest. Oh, did I not? Oh yeah, there's my team. So I have a full team here, and I'll throw it up on the screen. So in this one, I have, see some names I know here. I have Hurts, Barkley, Pacheco, and Hunt, and Ty Johnson. So I have, looks like Philadelphia, and I can have, if Philadelphia makes it, if this team makes the Super Bowl, I think it will be live regardless of whether it's Kansas City or Buffalo. So again, Hurts, Barkley, Pacheco, Hunt, and Ty Johnson. Then I have Devonta Smith, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, and Keon Coleman. So do I have? Yeah. I have just 5 if it's Philadelphia and Buffalo, but then I have a pretty strong squad if it's Philadelphia and Kansas City, although there will be teams in the final that will have AJ Brown. So there will be teams in the final that have Hurts and Barkley and Brown and Devonta Smith, and then they're probably able to add on, like there might even be some that have Kelsey there. I don't know if that's the case, but it'll be tough in the finals for this one. Probably not that live to win regardless, but strong team that, as long as Philadelphia makes to the Super Bowl, and obviously this team moves on, it will be live either way. So kind of exciting to potentially at least have a sweat there. J Shap Rocky has Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley. So they won't be live in the Super Bowl regardless, because they're going to be missing either quarterback or running back. They have AJ Brown, Terry McLaurin, and Zach Ertz. Okay. So they strong team, but kind of strong but light. Full team, I guess, but a little bit light. Wilkes has Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Kareem Hunt, Kenneth Gainwell, AJ Brown, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Jahan Dotson, and Noah Gray. So this is like, if I make it and it's Philadelphia, Kansas City, I think this is just a better version of my team. Another full 10 player team with Hurts, Barkley, Hunt, and Gainwell. They have AJ Brown, which I don't have. I have Devonta Smith. They have Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, Jahan Dotson, Noah Gray. I'm definitely a dog against that team. That's a bummer. Fully loaded, does not have a quarterback. Andy has Mahomes and Pacheco, Kelsey, Hollywood. Sniper has Hurts, Saquon, Goddard. That's it. So they don't have a full team. Fetco has Mahomes, Hurts, Saquon, Pacheco, Ty Johnson, Xavier Worthy, Dallas Goedert, Terry McLaurin. MK Dawn has Allen, Ty Johnson, Cooper, Kincaid, and Keon Coleman. Artie Jr. has Allen, Barkley, Cook, Brian Robinson, Shakir, Hollywood, Kincaid, and then Ian has Jaden, Saquon, Brian Robinson, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Dallas Goddard, Terry McLaurin. Okay. I'm going to add one team to the spreadsheet, the one that looks like my team and is full, because I just want to do a comparison there. And this is just a matter of like they were able to draft players that I was not able to draft. That's kind of the bummer in some of these. Like, I did the best I could with the room that was available to me, but I think this is maybe I have a better running back here somewhere. We'll see. All right, so Wilkes, right? This is the full team. Yeah. All right, Wilkes. So they have Hertz, Barkley, Hunt, and Gainwell. So I have Pacheco. So we've got the same quarterback. We both have Barkley, so we both have like the stronger, and we both have Hunt. So I like my 1v1 in the running backs and quarterback section of this, where I have Pacheco, they have Gainwell. That's the only difference of our teams of those two. And I guess I also have Ty Johnson there, which could put up a big game. So I do like my running backs and quarterbacks there. Did I really take? I took 4 running backs in that one, which I don't usually. That's fine though. But then he's going to look a lot stronger in his receivers, his or hers. So they have Brown, Kelsey, Worthy, Brown. So a lot of overlap there. We both have Kelsey, we both have Worthy, we both have Hollywood Brown. They have AJ Brown, where I have Devonta Smith. You'd obviously rather like AJ Brown's going to project better there for sure. And then they have 2 more kind of throwaway spots with Jahan Dotson and Noah Gray, kind of dart throws. So yeah, they would definitely be favored over me in this round, just because they have AJ Brown. Pacheco doesn't do enough for me. Like the Pacheco versus Gainwell, don't think either of them would project to be starters on these teams. Like I think the starters that would be like projected in terms of fantasy points for me would be Hertz, Barkley, Smith, Kelsey, Worthy, and his would be Hertz, Barkley, Brown, Kelsey, Worthy. So their team would definitely project better than mine. I've got a shot. I have some outs there, but kind of a tough team to run against in this pod. All right. I think that does it for the returns draft. So now all we have left to go over are my 3 gauntlet teams, and I will check in on comments before I get there. All right. So many dead teams if Philadelphia wins. That's true. Philadelphia could end a lot of teams, including a lot of my teams, unfortunately. What's up, OMG? Yeah, I've heard like a lot of people I've heard from have told me that their pod, it's like literally what one person I was talking to in DM said is basically a 50-50 draw, and we're going to other teams. I'm like, he really has like a 65% chance to win. Like there's one other live team, but his team has more active players and better projected players. So hopefully I run into some pod luck in the gauntlet, because these have not been great draws for me so far. Yeah, it is a bummer that I have to cheer for. I did a like who do you want to win the Super Bowl tweet a week or so ago, and the 2 teams at the bottom for me were the Chiefs and the Eagles. But ultimately, I care more about my teams, like the money that I could make. So I'm gonna have to probably cheer for the Chiefs. I've got some Bills teams, but the returns format it's less fun because you don't have people just like drafting completely dead teams. Even people who don't know the format kind of luck into full Super Bowls just because there are fewer teams to choose from. I still enjoy it, but yeah. You might have gotten. No, I did not. They really don't cancel these that often. Yeah, Josh, that was a tough draw. The gauntlet should have. I mean, we can hope. We can hope. Got one live in the mitten. Nice. Yeah, I think Daniels and Barkley and I guess those are the four that. But I think like Barkley over everyone. Although Jameer Gibbs maybe got through some teams through. All right, let's see it now. My gauntlet pods. Finally, this is the most exciting one. These three playing for $200,000. Now this one you may recognize it if you've watched content on this channel because I did a short video on this draft and how badly I screwed up this draft because for me it was very rare to get Hurts with Barkley. I think this might have been the only time that I was able to draft Hurts with Barkley in the entire gauntlet, and it happened towards the end. And unfortunately, it happened when I was doing 8 drafts or 6 drafts, some too many drafts at one time, so I couldn't just fully focus on the team, and, it kinda hurt as a result. I think I drafted Puka Nacua where I would have rather drafted someone else. It had Ladd McConkey, which helped it get through the first round, but ultimately, now it's relying on just these 5 players for 2 rounds in a row, and I don't feel great about that. I would need some pod luck to advance this round. So I'm doing this one first. I think this is my weakest of the remaining teams. This one also somehow miraculously got through the last round with like 85 points or something. It was ridiculous, like how low scoring it was to get through. I had many teams that scored better and did not advance. So kind of funny that this team that I did a video on made it through. It's one of my rare. Again, I have Hurts and Barkley, so that's cool. But I'm relying on these 5 players: Jalen Hurts, Saquon Barkley, Kenneth Gainwell, Devonta Smith, and Hopkins. Pretty good chance I'm either completely blocked or just like there are teams that are going to project way better than this one. But let's take a look. Is it up here? Yeah. So this is a gauntlet. Wait, am I in gauntlet? Yes, gauntlet returns. Sorry. Let's see. Do I need to go back again? Playoff returns. Conference championship. There we go. There's the gauntlet teams. So my other 2 teams look pretty similar. This one obviously looks different with the Hertz and Saquon thing, but let's take a look. All right, that's good. First team we see does not have a quarterback. Let's skip past it. See this another tough draw here. Het has Mahomes and Daniels and Saquon and Brian Robinson, Kelsey, Worthy, Goddard, McLaurin, and Kincaid. They have 9 active players. I just have not had the best pod luck here. All right, so I'm going to add Het to Het 711. They're missing, I think, just one wide receiver. They have Kelsey, Worthy, Goddard, McLaurin, Kincaid. I mean, so Barkley overlaps. I guess the good thing is I have very different players in that team. So like Hurts could outscore Mahomes by 6 fantasy points. Oh, but he also has Daniels though, so that's I mean, this is just it's going to be. I'm a dog. I'm a dog here for sure. Pretty unlikely to advance this one. But let's take a look at the other teams. Doesn't have a quarterback. So this one has Daniels and Barkley. So this one won't be live in the finals. They'll be missing either a quarterback or a running back. They have Worthy. All right, so this team is not live. They have one quarterback, one running back, and just one receiver. Goliath does not have a quarterback. Bob Katz has Jaden Daniels. They don't have a running back. All right. Jeffo has Jaden and Brian Robinson. McLaurin, they don't have, so they just have 3 live players. The wing tee has Mahomes, Jaden Daniels, Kareem Hunt. So they don't have a flex, right? Because they can only play one quarterback, got their one running back, nobody else live, and they have their 2 receivers. They don't have a flex. And then Caves does not have a quarterback. So that's the brutal thing in these pods is, for the most part, like I'm the pretty clear second favorite in this pod. I think there's only 2 of us, right, that have full teams here. But I'm a clear dog to the other team in the pod. Yeah. And only one team advances. So that's where it gets tough in playoff best ball. It's like so close to having just an awesome pod here. But then there's just the one team, this team, that's just like, it's a better team than mine. Mahomes, Jaden Daniels. Here, we can do the comparison here. I have Hurts. They have Mahomes and Jaden Daniels. So I'm a dog to have the higher score at quarterback just because they have 2. Daniels might just project better than Hurts. I'm not sure. I have Barkley. They also have Barkley. I have Gainwell, and they have Brian Robinson. You'd clearly rather have Brian Robinson. And then I have just Smith and Hopkins going against Kelsey, Worthy, Goddard, McLaurin, and Kincaid. So, yeah, very, very unlikely that this team advances for me. Sad. So then in the gauntlet, I'm probably going to require a Washington Super Bowl because my other 2 teams have Jaden Daniels at quarterback. That's true. Go AZ card says if Hurts and Smith goes off, you advance. That's true. How many teams? Well, it's not about how many teams advance to the Super Bowl. It would be advance to the Super Bowl and have a full active squad. If I get 2 teams through, I think I'd be happy with that. But it also depends where they are. Like if I get it through in the gauntlet, if I can get one of these teams through in the gauntlet and it's fully live in the Super Bowl, like I'll be very happy with the way things went if that happens. If I get, if all my teams got through, but none of them were live in the Super Bowl, I'd be bummed. That would be not a good season. But yeah, if things go right, I have 2 live teams in the Super Bowl. I'd be pretty happy with that. Maybe even 1. If it's in the gauntlet, 1 would be good. All right. So my other, as I said, my other 2 gauntlet teams look pretty similar. So this one has, I'll show you both of mine now. So I have Daniels, Barkley, Eckler, McLaurin, Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, and Zach Ertz is the first one. Second one is Daniels, Barkley, Hunt. So it's trade Eckler for Hunt. And then it's McLaurin, Goddard, Hollywood Brown, and Ertz. So some overlap there. They actually scored the exact number of points in the last round, but that's because they both had like Rashad Bateman and Isaiah Likely also. So they lost some of their power there. All right, let's take a look at these pods. I'll start with the top one. So this is the Hunt lineup. All right, we'll start with opt out. Has Jaden Daniels and Saquon Barkley and James Cook. They have just Amari Cooper at wide receiver, so that's good. They don't have a full. It's looking tough to start, but then they only have 1 receiver. Twisted Fantasy has Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley, Isaiah Pacheco, Worthy, Shakir, and Calcaterra. So they do have a full squad here. So they have Jaden Daniels, Barkley, Pacheco. Okay, and they have Worthy, Shakir, Calcaterra. So we have the same quarterback, same RB1. I have Hunt versus their Pacheco, which I think still feels like a coin flip. And then they have Worthy, Shakir, and Calcaterra. So no overlap at receiver. I have 4 versus their 3. I think mine would project better. I think McLaurin probably going to project better than Worthy. I don't know. It's pretty close. This one is I think I would be a slight favorite here, but like very slight in that 1v1. All right. Daedalus has Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley, Terry McLaurin. So they just have 3 players. Ben doesn't have a quarterback. Jake Ross has both Mahomes and Daniels and Barkley and Hunt, Kelsey, Worthy, Goddard. Oof, Terry McLaurin. So this is going to be a tough team to beat. Also, man, I am not having great pod luck. This has been pretty tough. Jake Rossman, 23. Barkley, Hunt. So they just looking at running backs and quarterbacks, they have my 3 covered, and then they also have the Mahomes out. They're missing McConkey and Sutton. Then they have Kelsey, Worthy, Goddard, and McLaurin. Man. So we both have Goddard, McLaurin. They have Worthy and Kelsey to my Brown and Ertz. So just better there. They have better receivers. They're better across the board. That's man, tough draw for my teams. All right. I get money has Daniels, Pacheco, Robinson, McLaurin. Okay, so that's there. Y Bucks has Jaden Daniels. No running backs. M Sauce has Mahomes, Daniels, Barkley. Their only running back drafted. Worthy, McLaurin, Hopkins, and Watson. J Loco has Jaden, Barkley, McLaurin. So I have to add M Sauce. And that's it. Yeah. Then they're missing how many receivers? Puka, Ladd, Nico. They have Worthy, McLaurin, Hopkins, Watson. Okay. Yeah, tough pod there. And then finally, my final gauntlet pod, I'll pull it up. Check in on chat. So I have Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley, Austin Eckler, Terry McLaurin, Hollywood Brown, DeAndre Hopkins, and Zach Ertz. I'm in a cool off break and don't know if I advance any. Oh no. Yeah. All right. Russell. So they right away I see they have Jaden Daniels and Saquon Barkley. Good for this round. They're going to be missing either a quarterback or running back in the Super Bowl. McLaurin and Ertz. And Olamide is a case. So they barely have a full five, right? They have Daniels, Saquon, Collins. Oh no, sorry, McLaurin, Ertz, and Zacchaeus. Oh, I do not remember how to spell Zacchaeus. Is that right? It's double Cheaus. Double CHE. Yep, got it. Okay. So this team, we both have Daniels. I have Eckler. They don't, and then we both have McLaurin and Ertz. I have Hollywood Brown and Hopkins. They have Zacchaeus. So I'd say I'm favored here. Zacchaeus being the only player they have that I don't. I don't have them blocked off, but I have multiple outs. So I feel okay about that one. Jay Baconator has Jaden Daniels, Brian Robinson, Terry McLaurin. So they don't have a full team. Fresh Picks has Jaden Daniels, Brian Robinson, McLaurin. Okay. Gilbert has Jaden Daniels, James Cook, Kolo Shakir, Terry McLaurin, Keon Coleman, Zachary. So they do have a full team also. Missing a couple of running backs. Yep. Yeah, Shakir, McLaurin, Coleman, and Ertz. Okay. So we both have Daniels. They have Cook versus my Barkley and Eckler. Both have McLaurin. Both have Ertz. I have Hollywood Brown and DeAndre Hopkins against their Shakir and Keon Coleman. Like my odds there, mostly because I have Barkley and they don't. Celtics Falcons has Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley, Travis Kelsey, and Terry McLaurin. So they don't have a full team. They don't have, so they have a quarterback, a running back, and then 2 receivers, no flex. Jay Yaker has Mahomes and Jaden Daniels, Saquon Barkley, and Kareem Hunt. Wow, okay. Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown, and Terry McLaurin. Man, that's 3 quarterbacks, but they made it. They made it through with a fairly strong team here. Worthy, Brown, and McLaurin. Oops. No, that's right. Oops. I see what I did. Must have missed. They were missing somebody. Evans, McConkey. What did I do wrong here? Oh, they're missing a quarterback. That's what I did wrong. Missing 2 quarterbacks. All right, whatever. No, I'm going to do it now. I got to do it now. All right. So they have, move this down. Yeah. They're just missing 1. Holmes, Daniels, Barkley, and Hunt. So they have Mahomes versus they have Mahomes and Daniels versus I have just Daniels. They have Barkley and Hunt. I have Barkley and Eckler. I think I'd slightly prefer Hunt there. They have Worthy, Brown, and McLaurin versus my McLaurin. Oops. So we both have McLaurin and Hollywood Brown. I have Hopkins and Ertz versus their Worthy. Yeah, I feel like I'm a dog in this one also. This one, I think this team these are tough pods for me. All right. Benny Hanna has Mahomes, Barkley, Kelsey, Goddard. So they don't have a full team. Wilkie has Mahomes, Jaden, Barkley, Worthy. Don't have a full team. And then Mike D has Jaden, Barkley, Shakir, Hopkins, Kincaid, Worthy, McLaurin. All right. Yeah, so that one, they only have, so they have Daniel, same quarterback there. We both have Barkley. I have Eckler. They have Shakir, who I don't have. We both have Hopkins. They also have Worthy. They have Kincaid, and they have McLaurin. So I need Eckler and Ertz and Hollywood Brown, I guess. This team has Hollywood Brown. it's gonna be it'll be tough to thread this needle for my team to get through here. I have outs. I'm not completely blocked, um, but yeah, overall, man, what do you guys think? Did I get the toughest names, the toughest pods you've seen? Because I feel like I'm a dog in just about all of these pods. It's gonna be tough. I've got a shot. I've got a shot to break some things through, but I feel like these were not the pods that I was hoping for. I think in these gauntlets in particular, which is the ones that I care the most about, it's like these are there's some killers in my pods, and I'm not favored, I think, in any of them. How about you? How do you guys do? Gonna end the stream soon because that's kind of all I was here to do is just to show the pods, take a first look there. Thank you, Money Mace. I was having a good day until I looked at these pods. Crappy pods. No, I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well too. 10 minutes said I set up my spreadsheet to list all players in column one. Then I put an X if a player has them in the next 10 columns. Okay. Makes it clear about where your edge is. That's cool. Wait, what was the name? Who had the good name? I think I missed it. Yeah, I feel like people that I talked to were like, "Yeah, there's only one other live team in my pod," and they tell me who they are, and it's like they're your favorite, like 2 to 1 to win this pod. And I mean, look at this pod here. This is five live teams in this pod, and several of them look very live. This team down to 5 players. That's long shot. Like they're relying on Olamide Zacchaeus. Um, but yeah, some of these teams are kind of killer teams. And just kind of the way that it works out, where like I have Ertz, this person also has Ertz. I have Hopkins. This team has Hopkins. I have Hollywood. This team has Hollywood. I have McLaurin. Everybody has McLaurin. Eckler is the one player that I have in this pod that nobody else has. Feel like it's unlikely that Eckler is the guy that you need, but if he puts up 30, that would be helpful. That would be very helpful for me. This team, doesn't have Barkley. Like I said, I have outs. Like I can get through this pod. I'm not completely blocked, but it's gonna be a long shot. This one, maybe did I not list all the live teams here? Maybe I just listed this one because it is just so much better than mine. But yeah, this one, maybe this was the only other live team in this pod actually. So this one was very close to being a very favorable pod, but their team is just better than mine. Unless, as mentioned in chat, unless Hurts and Devonta Smith is what you need, then wheels up. Then I can get this one through. But otherwise, it's going to be tough going for me. Also, all of my gauntlet teams are relying on the Chiefs. This one has DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, this one Hopkins, Hollywood Brown. So I need the Chiefs to win if any of my gauntlets are going to be live. I don't know. Doesn't feel great, these teams. This one, I thought this will be like good chance that I'm going to have a strong advantage here, and I'm a dog to the other team there. So yeah, at this point, like if I can get one full team through in anything, I'll probably be happy about it. Like just get one team that's like live in the Super Bowl, I'll probably be okay about that. Oh, Jay Baconator, yeah, that is a funny one. Oh, Zacchaeus not going to play? I don't know. I thought I mean, he's been playing. Is he? Am I forgetting about an injury to Zacchaeus? I did. Gulf asked, "Did you happen to do any DK drafts?" I did do some DK drafts. I think I did like 40 in total, and only got 2 through to the second round, and they both got eliminated in the second round. Only had one that was live to advance to the third round, but it was like a complete Ravens onslaught and did not work out. Oh, I had a groin injury. Okay, I forgot about that. Um, yeah, it's I mean, maybe it's a key to sit, so I don't one less team to worry about. But yeah, overall, not feeling great. Not feeling great about these pods. I felt a lot better going in after talking to some people about what their pods looked like. I was like, all right. I mean, if those are the pods that you guys are getting, if I can just get like one of those super weak pods, that would be helpful. And to some extent, I did. It just happened to be my weakest team is the one that got the best pod. Like No, not this one. This pod was overall weak. There's just really just this one powerhouse. Somebody said this team is not going to be live in the Super Bowl. Is that right? If it's, let's see, Daniels, I think it is if it's Washington and Kansas. So you're right. It'd be Daniels, Robinson, McLaurin, Kelsey, Worthy. They have a full Super Bowl. If in that one scenario where it's Washington, Kansas City, if it's actually, wait, they have two. They could do it either way. They have Mahomes, Barkley, Kelsey, Worthy, Goddard. So I think they have a full Super Bowl regardless, as long as it's Kansas City, if they can get through. So yeah, exactly. I do have some leverage there. It's at least possible to get it through. Okay, yeah, he's probably going to play. Zacchaeus. Yeah. So overall, not feeling great about the pods, but it's kind of not that unexpected. I was hoping that I'd have one, like just one that's like, okay, I'm the clear favorite in this pod in one of the gauntlets. Did not get that. I think I'm a dog in all of them. But I've got three that are sort of long shots. So we live to see another weekend. Should be a fun one. As far as what I have going on this channel for the rest of the week, I will be doing an NBA show tomorrow for Unabated. I'm an affiliate of Unabated. Have not yet done anything with that affiliate. I will be doing something on Thursday, I think at 5 Eastern, looking at the Unabated tools. They have some really cool products. I don't know exactly what I'll show, but they do like contingent projections, which is really cool, where it's like in the case of this player being in, this will be the projection. If they're out, it's going to be this projection, which I think is very cool. They have timestamp in their Discord. They have timestamps where they like give you updates for NBA projections, which is something that I've always wanted in looking at projections. What's up, Ryan? In real life friend here. Good to see you. I'm a dog. Yeah, that's not the kind of dog that I meant when I said I'm a dog in these contests. But appreciate you, Ryan. So yeah, I'll be doing an NBA show tomorrow. I'll be doing something for the games. I think probably just something before lock on Sunday. Maybe I'll do another show at some point, one of these evenings or something. Haven't exactly decided how I'm going to handle the slate this weekend, but there will be stuff coming up on this channel soon. So hopefully, if you're not already subscribed, please do so. Would appreciate it. I'm out of here, guys. Gonna go check in on my dog, see if it's warm enough for a walk today. That usually gets out some of the anxiety when my wife is out of town. So I'm out of here. Thank you guys very much. Subscribe, please, if you haven't already done so. Like the video, comment, all of that. Very helpful. And good luck with your teams this weekend. Hopefully, some of you get some good teams through to the Super Bowl. All right. Later, guys.